Most jars sitting on the American pasta aisle are built from cheap tomato paste, added sugar, and industrial seed oil, not real tomatoes. Today, we expose 7 pasta sauce brands you should stop buying, and 3 brands that still use real tomatoes. Some pasta sauces look healthy on the shelf, but one serving can quietly add sugar to a meal that people think is just tomato and herbs. At the end of the video, I will show you the added sugar label check. I will also explain how each tomato sauce affects your stomach, your health, and your overall body. Hit subscribe right now before you miss it. Pasta sauces to avoid. Number 7. Bertolli tomato sauce. Bertolli has been selling itself as a Tuscan brand since 1865. But the jar sitting on American shelves today is produced by Miscon Americas, the same corporation that owns RAG. The brand carries a 150-year-old Italian name, but the modern American product is engineered in a domestic factory, not sourced from Tuscany. Bertolli markets itself with heavy Italian imagery, rolling hills, olive groves, and old-world family cooking. But that marketing does not match the actual American manufacturing reality. The label design leans on heritage. The front of the jar promises Italian tradition, and shoppers assume they are buying something closer to imported quality. The truth is that the recipe and the sourcing follow the same standard American mass-market playbook used by every other jar in the mid-tier segment. This is a brand that trades on nostalgia and Italian identity while operating as a fully domestic processed food product. The pricing sits above the cheap discount jars, but delivers a nearly identical formulation once you look past the label. The 150-year-old Italian name is now just a marketing shell around a domestic Miscon Americas product. The added sugar and sodium load stresses the human stomach lining, spikes blood sugar, and forces the pancreas to overwork with every serving. Long-term, this pattern feeds insulin resistance, weight gain, and chronic inflammation across the human body. Cons: tomato paste, not tomatoes. Added sugar in formula. Calcium chloride firming agent. Very little olive oil. Mass-produced, not Italian. Price: $3.29 per jar. Number 6. Classico tomato sauce. Classico is owned by Kraft Heinz and marketed with regional Italian names like tomato and basil, marinara, Reserva, and Florentine spinach and cheese. The jar shape itself is part of the marketing. A wide-mouth glass container designed to look like a rustic Italian preserving jar rather than a mass-market product. The company was founded in 1988 and has always sat in the mid-tier grocery segment, priced above the discount jars but well below the premium imported brands. The actual sourcing and processing is nearly identical to other mass-market jars on the shelf, which means shoppers are paying for the jar shape and the Italian-sounding label, not for a meaningful upgrade in ingredients. The Reserva line is marketed as premium within the Classico family, but still leans on the same core industrial supply chain that Kraft Heinz uses across its condiment portfolio. This is a brand engineered to look artisan on the shelf while behaving like every other mid-tier processed sauce inside the jar. The rustic glass jar and Italian regional names hide a standard Kraft Heinz industrial recipe. The high sodium content raises blood pressure, strains the human heart, and pulls water into the stomach, causing bloating after meals. The reconstituted paste and added sugar combination triggers acid reflux in sensitive stomachs and steadily damages metabolic health. Cons: owned by Kraft Heinz. Paste and water base. High sodium per serving. Added sugar in recipe. Premium jar, average sauce. Price: $4.49 per jar. Would you rather pay more for a jar that just looks premium? Or spend the same money on a sauce with real ingredients? Tell us in the comments. Number 5. Great Value tomato sauce. Great Value is the Walmart private label brand, and the pasta sauce line is designed for one purpose: hitting the lowest possible shelf price in every category it enters. Private label pasta sauce sits at the absolute bottom of the pricing pyramid, targeting shoppers who buy on price alone. The product is co-packed by contract manufacturers, meaning the exact factory and sourcing can change from batch to batch, depending on which supplier offered Walmart the lowest bid that quarter. Shoppers assume they are getting a decent generic version of a name brand sauce, and the packaging is designed to reinforce that assumption with a clean white and blue label that mimics the visual language of national brands. In reality, the entire formulation is engineered around cost, not flavor, not nutrition, and not consistency. Batch-to-batch variation is common, and the shopper never knows which co-packer produced the jar in their cart. Everything about the brand exists to protect the low price point at the register. The Walmart shopper is paying for a shelf price, not for a real tomato product with any consistent quality standard. The heavy sugar and sodium mix punishes the human stomach, promotes belly fat storage, and slowly wears down blood vessel health. Regular consumption of ultra-processed jarred sauces like this is linked to higher rates of type 2 diabetes and fatty liver disease. Cons: cheapest tomato paste base. No fresh tomatoes used. Contract packed. Inconsistent quality. Added sugar and preservatives. Watery, flavorless without doctoring. Price: $2.24 per jar. Number 4. Francesco Rinaldi Tomato Sauce. Francesco Rinaldi has been sold in American grocery stores since 1983 and positions itself as a family Italian brand with a warm Nonna-style label and an Italian-sounding founder name. The brand is owned by Ledestri Food and Drink, a private label and contract manufacturer based in Rochester, New York. It is not an Italian company. It is not made in Italy. The founder marketing language and the classic red and gold label are pure American marketing designed to make shoppers assume they are buying imported quality at a discount price. The jar is engineered around cost-cutting rather than quality, and the sauce is built to sit on the lowest-priced shelf alongside store-brand private label products. The taste is thin, the color is dull, and the sauce needs heavy home seasoning to become edible. It exists to be the second cheapest option on the shelf, competing directly with Walmart private label and Aldi house brands for the price-sensitive shopper who still wants a familiar name on the label. The Italian-sounding name is a marketing choice by an American contract manufacturer. Cons: American brand, Italian name. Paste and water base. Calcium chloride firming aid. Added sugar in recipe. Thin taste, dull color. Price: $2.79 per jar. Number 3. Hunt's Tomato Sauce. Hunt's has been a bulk tomato product supplier in America since 1888, mostly known for canned tomato sauce and diced tomatoes rather than jarred pasta sauce. When Hunt's tomato sauce is used as a pasta sauce, or when the pasta sauce line is bought, the shopper is getting the same bulk food service tomato product that restaurants and institutional kitchens use as a cooking base. The tomatoes are grown in California and processed at massive scale, bred for yield and shipping toughness, not for flavor. The sauce is engineered to be a cheap cooking base, not a finished pasta sauce ready to pour on noodles. It has a metallic can flavor that many home cooks try to hide with sugar, which is exactly why so many family spaghetti recipes call for Hunt's sauce plus a full teaspoon of added sugar. For a product that should be simple crushed tomatoes with salt, Hunt's turns it into a heavily processed shortcut that requires home doctoring to become palatable. This is a brand built for volume and shelf life, not for taste. The same food service can that goes to restaurant kitchens is what ends up on the family dinner table under a home label. The high fructose corn syrup in several Hunt's products drives fatty liver disease, insulin resistance, and stomach discomfort. The elevated sodium level also stresses the human kidneys and pushes blood pressure upward with regular use. Cons, owned by Conagra Brands. Industrial tomato paste base. High fructose corn syrup used. Commodity American tomatoes only. Metallic aftertaste from can. Price, $1.29 per can. Which brand did you grow up eating in your family kitchen? Drop the name in the comments below. Number 2. Prego tomato sauce. Prego has been on American shelves since 1981 and was created by Campbell Soup Company as its answer to the growing pasta sauce category. A half-cup serving of the traditional variety delivers roughly 480 milligrams of sodium, 13 grams of total carbohydrate, and 9 grams of total sugar with 4 grams added. Prego is engineered to taste sweet because that sweetness masks the flat flavor underneath and makes the sauce instantly appealing to children, which is exactly the audience Campbell targeted from the beginning. The brand comes from the same corporate playbook that produces canned soup, and the sauce shows it in every jar. It is thick, sweet, shelf-stable, and formulated for a long grocery shelf life rather than a fresh homemade taste. Prego sits at the top of the mass market pyramid in unit sales, but it is not a real tomato sauce in any traditional Italian sense. It is a shelf-stable convenience product engineered by a soup company for the American family dinner table. The sweet taste that hooks children is the exact same sweetness that trains a lifelong preference for sugared processed food. The 4 grams of added sugar per serving spikes insulin, and the 480 milligrams of sodium raises blood pressure and strains the human heart. Habitual eating of sweetened jarred sauces like Prego is tied to weight gain, poor blood sugar control. Cons, owned by Campbell Soup Company. Sugar is third ingredient. Canola oil, not olive oil. 480 milligrams sodium per serving. Reconstituted paste base. Price, $2.99 per jar. Number 1. Rag tomato sauce. Rag is the most sold pasta sauce brand in America and also the worst offender on this list. The brand launched in 1937 when Assunta Cantisano started jarring her family recipe in Rochester, New York, and today it is owned by Miskin Americas, the same corporation behind Bertolli. A half-cup serving delivers roughly 70 calories, 480 milligrams of sodium, and 7 grams of total sugar. Older large-format rag jars have used vegetable oil that may contain corn oil, along with high fructose corn syrup as a major flavor component of the formula. That is fast food chemistry in a spaghetti jar. Rag is universally available in every major grocery chain, priced at the aggressive low end and marketed with the same nostalgic Italian family imagery used by every other brand in the category. It sits at the volume top of the American shelf because it is cheap and familiar, not because the product respects the ingredient. This is the most heavily processed tomato product on the American shelf, dressed up as a family classic. The best-selling pasta sauce in America is also the one built around seed oil and sweetener rather than tomato. The soybean oil drives systemic inflammation across the human body, damages heart health, and irritates the stomach lining. The added sugar and high sodium combination locks in weight gain, insulin resistance, and long-term metabolic disease. Cons: soybean oil, second ingredient. Added sugar in formula. High fructose corn syrup versions, owned by Miskin Americas. Ultra-processed, ultra-sweet. Price, $2.49 per jar. Pasta sauce brands worth buying. Number 3. Cucina Antica Tomato Sauce. Cucina Antica is a small family brand founded by Chef Neil Fusco, whose family has farmed Italian tomatoes on their family farm in southern Italy since the 1800s. The tomatoes are grown in the rich volcanic soil at the base of Mount Vesuvius, a region the ancient Romans called Campania Felix, meaning Happy Valley, because of the abundance of crops it produced. The company uses a slow, low-temperature cooking method to protect the natural sugar and flavor of the fruit, mixing at slower speeds and cooking at peak temperature for shorter times than most other sauce makers. This is a jar you can pour straight over pasta and taste the actual fruit, not a manufactured shelf-stable product. Chef Fusco built the brand around the idea that the family recipe should reach the American table exactly the way it left the Italian kitchen, and the sourcing pipeline reflects that philosophy from the farm all the way to the jar. The recipe justifies every dollar spent on a jar. The volcanic Vesuvius soil is the same growing region behind the world's most famous San Marzano tomatoes for generations. Real San Marzano tomatoes deliver natural lycopene, potassium, and vitamin C that support heart health and calm inflammation in the human body. The absence of added sugar and paste keeps blood glucose stable, protects the stomach, and reduces the metabolic strain of a normal pasta meal. Pros: real Italian San Marzano tomatoes. No added sugar ever. Extra virgin olive oil. No tomato paste. No water. Non-GMO, Whole30 approved. Price: $7.99 per jar. Number 2. Victoria Tomato Sauce. Victoria Fine Foods was founded in Brooklyn, New York in 1929 by an Italian immigrant family, and the brand still uses that same slow kettle cooking method almost 100 years later. The company states directly that it never adds water, paste, sugar, or preservatives to its premium pasta sauces, a promise that is printed on the label and reinforced across every product page on the company website. That is a clean label positioning in a category dominated by paste and sweetener. The tomatoes are sourced directly from farmers in Italy, the olive oil is imported, and the herbs are fresh rather than dehydrated. Victoria positions itself as a homemade quality product in a jar, and the sourcing pipeline backs up that positioning at every step from field to shelf. The brand delivers what other jars only pretend to do, offering a real Italian recipe scaled up for American grocery distribution without cutting corners on the actual ingredients. The sauce tastes like something you would cook yourself if you had the time. The Brooklyn Kettle method from 1929 is the same slow cooking process still used in every jar sold today. The fresh whole tomatoes deliver high lycopene, natural vitamins, and antioxidants that protect the heart, support the human stomach, and fight cellular inflammation. The zero added sugar and low ingredient count keep the pancreas calm, the blood pressure steady, and the digestive system relaxed after every meal. Pros: 100% Italian tomatoes. No paste. No water added. Imported extra virgin olive oil. Fresh onion, garlic, basil. No sugar. No preservatives. Price: $8.99 per jar. Number 1. Rao's Homemade Tomato Sauce. Rao's Homemade is a top choice in the jarred pasta sauce category, and it earns the top spot on this list. The brand comes from the legendary Rao's restaurant in East Harlem, New York, a small Italian-American institution founded in 1896 that became one of the hardest reservations to get in the country. The recipe was created by the Pellegrino family and was later put into jars for grocery distribution so home cooks could taste the restaurant version without needing a reservation. The tomatoes are whole-peeled Italian tomatoes picked at peak ripeness and slow-simmered in small batch kettles rather than run through high-volume industrial equipment. In 2023, The Washington Post named Rao's the clear winner of its grocery store marinara taste test, beating every mass-market brand in a blind comparison. This is a jar built the way sauce was made before American food companies discovered tomato paste and sweeteners and it sits at the top of the premium segment as the benchmark other brands measure themselves against. The restaurant recipe from an 1896 Italian-American kitchen reaches the family table almost exactly the way it is served in the dining room. The pure whole tomato base delivers concentrated lycopene, potassium, and vitamin C that support heart health, protect the stomach, and calm chronic inflammation. The absence of sugar, paste, and seed oils means blood sugar stays stable. The human body recovers faster after meals, and long-term metabolic health is preserved. Pros: whole peeled Italian tomatoes. No sugar, no paste ever. Slow simmered small batches. No fillers, no colors, no MSG. Award-winning taste test winner. Price: $8.49 per jar. The added sugar label check. The FDA says the daily value for added sugar is 50 grams per day on a 2,000-calorie diet. That is why the added sugar line matters. Prego Traditional lists 4 grams added sugar per half cup serving, and Rag Tomato, Garlic and Onion lists 3 grams added sugar per half cup serving. Meanwhile, Rao's Homemade Marinara and Victoria Marinara both show 0 grams added sugar on listed nutrition panels. This is a simple way to separate sweetened sauce from tomato first sauce. Real pasta sauce starts with real tomatoes, olive oil, and fresh herbs, not paste, sugar, and seed oil. Skip the sweetened jars and reach for Rao's, Victoria, or Cucina Antica the next time you shop. Hit subscribe right now for more honest product breakdowns just like this one.